and Goss being one of the top players as well. Like I think all these players are in +1, +2 if I think again. Burgr, you should know them as well because they are your weekly players every single time with Knopfs and Prosper and shouts to Neptune for sure because they are part of CCA and one of the headrunners. And yeah, really responsible for Barnacle and Dime. What do you think about this, Sasu?
Yes, as I always say, Joe Ryan, if Splat Zone's Barnacle and Dime has no haters, I am dead. I have no love in my heart for this map mode. It is quite common in comp, of course, but the lockout is just so nasty. If you end up wiping, the amount of fights that you need to get back into mid is just huge. You need to, hopefully they're not in your spawn, but you need to clear your plat, then you got to move forward, clear your court, get on from spawn into court, then get your plat, then get into mid. It's a lot of fighting you have to do while that clock is ticking. And I'm going to be curious, particularly, we saw that Prosper there on Burgr, well known for being an edit player, but also has a pen when needed. So going to be curious if Prosper utilizes that range or not.
Honestly, I don't know why, but I always thought Prosper was a not player. But
Prosper is a not player.
Oh,
you're not wrong.
Oh, then I think that's because it's just gone because we do see the Nep Splash as usual, the Novs Carbon, and D52 Gal from Zen, the usual call for them. We are going to be seeing the possible on pencil. Well, for the side of oil on Twitch, we are going to be seeing the Junior, the Viper, the Pencil, and the S-Flash. S-Flash being one of the main weapons that a lot of people pick up for blasters in the game right now. Junior being the usual cap weapon, and the Viper is going to be the main aggro. As you're going to see on Barnacle time right now, because we're seeing the oil getting a good double off inside of Burgr.
Oh, and you have Su Li there from FX. I love the K-pop references there. Just holding it down, much like she did in FX. Just chipping away here, holding that plat, is gonna swim out, realize that it's very dangerous, especially with this active Zuka there, but you see they've already made it down to 35. They're kind of running away with this, and now it's time for Burgr to run in and see if they can get this zone, because they're currently losing it, and I think that's why we're seeing all of these specials, because it's just not looking good for them.
Because of Barnacle time, it is a little bit of a stalemate kind of map where if one person gets a zone, it's going to be hard to push back in and decide a Burgr by now. We don't really see any of those specials to actually go in for actual those support. Well, for the specials to come in, but we see the kill power, which we see immediately from Zen, and we saw from Nep, and we did see from Possible as well with the cooler, and also from Knob with the Super coming out. But I'm going to see right now with the penalty points coming inside of oileroil and for Burgr, it's going to be just a battle for the next few minutes just to see who can save the zone.
Yeah, absolutely. But you see, two members are going down on oileroil there, but I think it's just going to be the Viper fighting really hard. They're getting chipped out, somehow still alive, gonna go for that jump out, and they make it out, crazy enough, just under Prosper's nose. But I think now Burgr does have the zone, but hard track trying to see if they can just make this happen, and a nasty double gonna give the zone back to oileroil there. So I think a very wise jump out here from their Carbon. Gonna restart to see if they can make another pass at this zone.
Honestly, with the jump out and Azuka coming in play immediately, but not getting any hits right now because unfortunate under aim, and also because of a wall not hitting cap on and not hitting hard attack either, aka the Viper player. We are going to be seeing right now with 24 penalty points left, Knopf jumping out immediately. We are going to be seeing Neptune still alive, but Knopf's going to be killed off on the jump fly. And we're going to be seeing right now Zen coming out, killed off, Neptune coming off, Knopf getting killed off again, and possibly the last one alive getting jump scared. But getting the kill, we're getting killed by Junior, getting a double actually to end the game.
Ooh. Yeah, wow. That last push was just so aggressive. They were diving, making sure that members of Burgr would just like stay dead there, so they wouldn't have to worry about that. You see everyone just waving to their adoring fans. I love to see it, especially having the pen be this anchor. Sully, of course, from FX, is a K-pop idol who had passed away. So I love to see that sort of honoring there, and I think having that on your shoulders, really honoring someone, means you're gonna have to lock in, try and work really hard to do good things for them, and they're gonna have to do that on Undertow Tower. Not an easy feat.
It's definitely not an easy feat, because technically, if you're talking about a stage, Undertow Spillway has 2 glasses and basically just a big spineway, which is going to be the tower, which we can actually see the map preview itself. It's just basically just like the map for tower control. But one thing to notice about Sully FX, the name, that is not solely the Squiffer player that we know from Lands. That is actually the player Sunny, that actually starts to know.
No wonder Sunny's my. We're always talking about K-pop, so the fact that I didn't recognize that, I should have known. Hiding in plain sight, Sunny.
But do you want to go a little bit on a K-pop fan, or K-pop before the game starts? Oh wait. Oh, we don't have enough time.
Listen, everybody, stream Red Light, but do it in the background while you're listening to us, because we're gonna jump right into this. Taking a look at these comps, I think there have been just about no switches, if I'm not mistaken. But of note, I'll say, is that Burgr's got this double Zuka going on. So they're seeing Sunny and they're saying, listen, we've got Zukas, we're ready to displace you. So you better watch it and make sure that you're ready to pivot.
Yeah, and also I talked about the double Zuka. That was actually the only change from the side of Burgr, because before we did see Zen on the 50 Zuka, but now we're seeing them trying to going for the angles actually with the Tri-Zuka. But as we're going to be seeing right now for the side of Oileroil, once again, we are going to be seeing just the Viper, aka Goss, most likely going at it, but getting countered by Zen, while Sully, aka Zen, aka Sunny, it's going to be going on and just holding on to the middle with the bubble coming in on the first checkpoint, or second checkpoint actually.
Yeah, and you see Sunny there just hitting that mark and getting that jump out. So doing exactly what needed to be done, but still living at the end of the day. But Burgr going to take the opportunity to pop that crab, put on the pressure, push them all into their own plat so that they can get those points on the board. Their carbon does go down, but the tower just keeps crawling forward. And quite frankly, I think that if they play their cards right, they might be able to sneak out this lead. Zen getting chipped out, gonna go down, and that's 2 members down total. So I think this may mark the end of this push ultimately, and I think it's just gonna go in the hands of Oileroil now. It just seems like it's like a taking turns on the tower, so to speak.
Yeah, more or less, because that's kind of what the map is if you don't have any specials, because everyone is scared of every special in the map. We see the bubble, we see the booyah, we see the double Zuka, we even see the crowd come up from Neptune earlier in the game as well, playing as defense. But 2 down by Neptune inside of Burgr. Zen just dancing the way out of the way, going to the cloud's corner, but we're going to be seeing them killing Goss immediately off the bat, trying to go for Sunny off the whip as well, almost getting the angle shot, but not getting the angle shot. As you're going to be seeing them actually going to the last checkpoint, but getting hammered in the face right after. Goss, Sunny, and Cat, and the last player as well, Tickle, being able to just secure it in with a booyah and a GG.
Yeah, and I don't know, that push was fast and furious, because it felt as though we were just in the middle of talking about how it was just kind of back and forth. One team would have specials, then the other team had them. And then at the end there, it felt like almost under our noses. I think, was there a fist bump in there? Everyone's just waving.
It was a fist bump and one of them doing the wave at the end.
Yeah, it was just so quick. I was like, oh, whoa, I blinked and I missed it there. But Oileroil on Twitch, I suppose that's the endorsement there, doing a really strong job of just having, sometimes all it takes is a strong hold there, Joran.
Yeah, so it just all takes a good hold, a good sense of synergy, and a good sense of manpower. And that's what we saw Oileroil on Twitch see in the game. Manpower, blood, And well, you could say basically what we saw at the same time for Burgr at the end as well. We were focusing on Zen actually getting on that double, but then getting killed by the hammer. We saw Zen trying to go for Sig all the way to the end, but unfortunately, they got killed off and they were spaced out with the rest of the team. And with the booyah at the end, with the bubble at the end, the 2 down as well on Burgr, it was just unfortunate that it ended up to be a straight up KO.
Yeah, you know what? Going back into that K-pop, Sully, well known for just not really caring what the people think, just kind of going her own way. And I feel like that's kind of what oileroil as a team is bringing. They're just getting in there. They don't care, fast and furious, like we just kind of saw in their game of Barnacle. They just kind of dive you and figure it out. But going into this next game, I think we have Zen with a switch off of that V shot instead to this V slosh. Once again, we're going to be seeing those strikes. And right off the top, number here with those picks. I think that's a double right off the top, and you see that they are already going into the plat area, so super bold there on this opening, already granting them down essentially to a 60 with just 30 seconds elapsed. What an opening.
Yeah, and actually to confirm, Hardtack is actually not Gauze. That's Hardtack is Tickle. And killing for you, as you're seeing on the S-Fights, is actually going to be Gauze getting immediately a snipe on Knob coming out from the booyah. Not happening in the zone though. They finally do, but with 3 down on Burgr, it's going to be again one of those hard lockout maps as Mahi is. As we're going to be waiting. Actually, no, we're not going to be waiting for any more zone map changes because the map change already happened once Burgr changed the map down to 50 ticks remaining.
Yeah, and you know, like you're kind of saying here, just the retake here can be so brutal because dropping from your plat is just so dangerous, especially when you're looking at a wiper, at an S-blast that's just waiting for you to go down there so they can just direct you and you immediately explode. Not to mention you have Sunny on this pen just beaming people, chipping people, making them feel unsafe and backing up. So of course there is a change of leads here. oileroil has 2 of their members going down, so they might be losing the zone here if they do not play their cards exactly like they need to. And I think Sully just has a lot coming at her in this moment. Finally, they do cap this zone, so it's not going to be a clean break to that 0 mark there, but really good lead taken here.
Yeah, as we're going to be seeing for the side of oileroil again, when they actually did have the penalty and get the zone not go to them, but came back to them again, but went back because Burgr actually kept the zone in a back-to-back scenario. And actually going to see again more back-to-back scenarios that we're going to be seeing Burgr actually going to be holding on to somewhat, but that someone was a stall fest for some reason. I think going to see oileroil actually take advantage of that stall fest and take the zone for them themselves. Sunny, aka Sully, is going to be just surviving the zone, taking the right side, helping them support the team, getting a good double for the side of Burgr going down from most likely I think that was Gauze. I think we'll be seeing just everyone just staying alive, but again, all eyes on Sunny, getting a double for her. Oh, well, getting a single on Neptune actually, but getting good support.
Yeah, and I think like as much as it felt like I was stretching it, like this really is, when I was talking about just not caring, much like the Sully spirit, like Sunny is almost always on low ground on this pen, just completely aggressive, being not almost never on snipe really, to just try and get those picks. So you have the Carbon just taking a mile, getting 2 people down here, super instrumental in being able to take this zone back. They're gonna try to get out of there before I think it's either Goss or Sunny that puts the hurt on them ultimately, but the Booyah comes out, taps over that zone, which they needed to get more penalty there on Burgr's points, but it feels as though Burgr just can't get a good hold in here before oileroil is here to just chip them out and take the zone back.
Billy, just unfortunate for the side of oileroil, like they just have so much there's so much pressure to hold them on their side and just be able to stay there for the shot for Burgr. They really just are waiting for someone to go in. They have to go in 1v1 every single time. Like we see Nafi trying to go in for a sneak, trying to go in for the zone, but unfortunately, there for the side of oileroil, actually, they get the zone because everyone else was again distracted and spaced out. But we are going to be seeing for them, for Burgr, they need to just take initiative on this. Getting Gauss actually is going to be huge. Caps being the junior player is going to be helpful to get the kill off, but no, they're going to kill onside, and then Cap, actually, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, no, that is huge. I think, what was that, a triple total? Not to mention, you get the pen, so they can't even necessarily get into position or start chipping at you. I think that Goss and Sunny have just been absolute menaces for the most part this game. Having Sunny on that low ground, just not afraid to chip people out, and Goss, of course, just holding it so that people do not feel safe dropping. But right there, we're going to see a change of the lead once again right under our nose, and I think Burgr takes home that win because they just barely were able to get their points under that. I feel like Burgr, basically like a thief in the night, just stole that win from oileroil.
Yeah, 100%. oileroil got just beaten by the timer at the end of the game just because they got 50%ed. The rule for zones is you have to make it stay in stalemate to actually go into overtime. You have to get it inside the 50, or like to get it more to your side in the stalemate to actually have it go into OT somewhat. But in the end, we did see Burgr actually get the lead by 3 points, and then immediately after that go into stalemate. And then for oileroil, they had only 45 or 35% of the zone capped, which ended the time immediately, and we did see Burgr still at the end of the night. So, for Campus Umami Ruins, though, do you think we're going to be seeing that again, or are we going to be seeing another 5-minute stealth fest until possibly one of them kind of coming back in clutch? Because it's Clamplets, you know?
Yeah, I think that Umami Ruins Clan Blitz is really... I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a stalemate, because I feel like ultimately people want to get those picks in mid and then just kind of really move up once they cause the other team to stagger. It's so easy to stagger on an Umami Ruins. And then, of course, there's that dreaded choke up to basket. So once you're able to, let's say, send 2, 3 people back into their spawn, it just takes forever to bomb out and cover your choke, and next thing you know, someone's under your basket throwing several power clams in there. So I think it's going to be all up to the aggression, and quite frankly, the way Goss and Sunny have been playing, and of course you have the rest of the roster, Tickle doing really great, and just the strength we've been seeing on oileroil. I think Burgr really has their work cut out for them here. But also not going to be surprised if maybe we see a switch from Prosper onto that edit. I think edit's really strong here, but of course, when you have Sunny on that pen, sometimes you just can't afford to get comp diffed like that.
But as we're going to be going to the game now, we are going to be seeing a change that comes in, going to the slosher. The hat from the side of Prosper is the anglerfish mask from the Splatoon event. So we're going to be seeing the anglerfish coming in from Prosper, just basically being the horde of passion in the side of Sauce's eyes. But from the side of oileroil on Twitch, we are going to be seeing basically no difference. We are going to be seeing still Gauss with the S-Flash. We're going to be seeing the pencil from Sunny, we're seeing the junior from Cat, and Tickle is still going to be playing on the Viper.
Well, Joran, you hate to see it. Prosper will be hearing from me in BC later tonight. But you see Sunny starting off with 2 picks here, just positioning herself in this really strong area. Once again, on that low ground, just willing to chip out anyone. And in the blink of an eye already, I think that's Goss there. No, that was Tickle, I believe, getting that power clam in, and unfortunately, that is going to cap it off with just an 80. And of course, most of you know you want to get down to that 60 mark, so you're not just giving the opposing team a power clam essentially for free, which they've done. And I think Burgr doing a really good job of capitalizing off of the picks that they got from oileroil's push, because they pretty confidently, at least for now, have mid.
Yeah, but as we're going to see Cap actually getting a bomb slide in, on a double bomb slide in actually, that's just average GG gameplay for you, honestly. We are going to be seeing oileroil getting another clam ball and more little clams coming in as well, making it down to 55 points remaining. But for the side of Burgr, they are still going to have the pretty clam in their hand, but still the regular old clams that they had before because of one getting killed off. Just go to the side of oileroil, but unfortunately because the basket actually closed down, that's going to be the end of the push.
Yeah, but you still have Sunny on that that top mid section, making it probably difficult for people to come forward, not to mention that a cooler has been put down. So their teammates can just jump in there, grab that cooler, keep on going. I think you have, I believe, Tickle here, just with that hammer, gonna get that pick. That is going to be huge because Umami, getting out of your spawn can just be so nasty, especially because they're scoring again down to a 30, and we're only halfway through the game and way more than halfway through the points, down to 12. So right now it really is do or die. Two of the members of oileroil are going to go down. I think that shuts down the push for now, or at least it should, before those clams go down to a 3. So now Burgr has their backs essentially up against the wall, and they're gonna have to push if they're hoping to get this, because essentially they're looking at a knockout if they're gonna win this game.
Firstly, for the side of Cap, if you're a junior player, you are definitely a vat, and that was some bad gameplay right there. But unfortunately, because of what some vats do, they stutter. That was a little bit of stutter right there. That could have been a KO, but with that opportunity, we see Burgr immediately capitalizing on it, but uncapitalizing on that immediately 2 down on that. But with 2 power climbs going to the basket, that is going to be just another minute 35 chance for Burgr to get another climb in and get another score in. But as you can see the map immediately getting covered with all the pain from oileroil, that's going to be basically enough to KO if they get 2 balls.
Yeah, you know, I was saying that I was a little bit worried for Burgr here, and this is exactly why oileroil is just so aggressive. You see the you see Tickle with the dive there, and gonna go down, and obviously Sunny, again, just a master of this top mid section, chipping everybody down, holding down that space, and this entire map is looking extremely blue. Does get a pick there as well into a double, throws forward that cooler for the rest of the team, and just delivers that clam themselves, and that is going to be game very elegantly at the end there, I think, ending this off in a 3-1. Extremely aggressive gameplay from oileroil, and also a strong showing from Burgr as well.
Burgr having a chance to come back in the second zones game, but unfortunately for the actual other rank modes, the maps were just honestly a face of real not to their favor, because tower control on the toe, Calamus and Umami, Barnacle and Dime for Splatoon's game 1 was like an equalizer at least, but tower control on the toe, which is a little bit of a still snowballing map, and Umami Ruin is definitely a snowballer map. Those two, I think, for the comp of Burgr, they needed to try to be more aggro than oileroil, but because of the range that oileroil had and just more flexibility to be solo playing, they just had the advantage just because of that. But for Burgr, they tried the best, and that's how they got 1 point in this fastest Mahi game, at least. So they at least gave it a good shot.
No, absolutely. I think that they definitely did really well in most of these games. I